8 to 10 a.m. and you're listening to Salam.
I wonder if you know anybody who's observing the itikaf, the seclusion in the mosque over the last 10 days of Ramadan. If that's the case, perhaps drop us a WhatsApp voice note or text, preferably a voice note about who that person is, if you're okay to share it, so that we can share it here on the show. 061 766 0355. Do you know anybody who is observing now day one or night one of the last 10 days of Ramadan's itikaf, a moment of seclusion? Some may say Barakah has its own ways of being inspired by seclusion. Let's get to the team from the Africa Muslims Agency. Ashraf Gangrekar often talks to us, so you know that, and gets us fired up. Ashraf, appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thanks for having us again. Assalamu alaikum, Ashraf, and to the viewers, stroke listeners. Great to be with you again. Ashraf, can I just
Walaikum
take
salam.
30
Yeah.
seconds to speak about that, itikaf? I want to mention
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
In Cape Town. So we live in a tiny little community called Simonstown. We're in the Cape. I don't know if you're familiar with it, Ashraf.
Of
So we've
course,
got
you're a naval man. Now I'm trying to picture you.
there
Yes.
we go. So
Yeah.
we've got a
Okay.
tiny mosque. And so a dear friend of ours, Uthman, for the first time, he is in itikaf. And quite honestly, this dude is a sniper, like a real sniper, yeah? I mean, not just, guys going for all the training and done all the certificates, etc. So he's a Marine in the South African Navy. Sadly lost his wife about 2 years ago. And he's got the most amazing little kids. And he has come to stay for itikaf. And so the community all takes care of them. So I want to give a shout out to Uthman and pray that it goes well for him and everybody else who's spending their days in seclusion. Uthman.
Well, I think well said. Now I have the picture of Uthman. I promise you, I certainly do. Right, absolutely. And I know where that mosque is in Simonstown, just so that you're aware of it. Absolutely,
Okay,
right.
great. So
Um,
next time I'll get you there. So let me
Inshallah,
get
right.
into this.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, Uthman's act is a form of barakah, but you have more to say on that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I just do. I just want to maybe tickle our fancies and our brains a little bit, right? So Ashraf, the month is coming to an end. We're all trying our best, and quite honestly, my little interlude here with you will come to an end by next week as well. And so I thought it's time for reflection. We need to be thinking, right? And so I want to aim this particularly at young people, young professionals, and people like yourself. Young people, energetic, who are doing a million things at a million miles an hour. And I think, quite honestly, there's almost in our minds. I mean, I was thinking of my own sons actually. So the one dude, he's he's got a good job and is consulting in another one and doing this. Everybody's hustling, and it really is like this, right? That you're almost like a hamster on a wheel. You're doing a million things. You need to get up earlier. You need to do more before everybody else does it, etc. And we'll fit in some social life and some sport and tennis in there. Everybody's just doing. And I just thought Ramadan, maybe in terms of reflections now, Ashraf, because that's where I want to move towards in maybe now next few chats, right? Is this notion of we learn to do more with less. And that for me is the concept of barakah. So I want to just compare, for example, in terms of our daily lives, in terms of our work life, are we Allah centered or are we ego centered? And so this is the homework. I'm involved in education. I'm a proud teacher for forever. And so I want to say to you, ask yourself, my day in what I do, is my day all about me and what I can do and what I acquire and how impressive I can be? Or is there parts of my day that I actually do things for others and put Allah at the center of my day? And then you ask yourself again the question, how would my day be different if in fact from the time we wake up, we make Allah a major part of the day in terms of consciousness, that we will serve Him to the best of our ability by serving His creation. And so I want to juxtapose this notion of your day and your life being God-centered or almost ego-centered. Now, there's nothing wrong in the acquisition of wealth and material gain, etc. That is encouraged, but it's the manner in that we do that. Is it all consuming that you need to be up at 4 o'clock, not for tahajjud, but to make sure that you are doing gym work so you can have the energy to be up till 8 o'clock at night in terms of meetings, etc., then come home, have a microwave dish, and then set up another Zoom meeting with somebody else all over the world. And so The Barakah culture versus the hustle culture. Is that what I'm asking you to think about?
Doing more with less, and effectively putting Allah at the center of your decision making all throughout the day. Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying. Absolutely.
Okay.
Because
All right. Got
Ashraf,
that.
bottom
Yeah.
line, we're going to come to the end of Ramadan. So what happens afterwards? What would be the lessons that we take with us for the next 11th month? So that's all that I'm speaking about.
Well, you've certainly got us thinking. Absolutely. And I appreciate us having this conversation. Ashraf Gangrekar from the Africa Muslims Agency. Thank you for your time. We'll do it again tomorrow, right? Let's get to the markets. Important developments in the USA and back home. We talk to the team from 27.4 after this.